Alright, so in this video we are going to look at one more data type, which is enum. Now in most object-oriented programming languages like C# and Java, there is a data type being known as enumerations, and short form for that is enums. Now JavaScript, however, does not have the enum data type, but fortunately they do exist in TypeScript. Now enum allows us to define or declare a collection of related values that can be numbers or strings as a set of named constant. Unlike some of the types available in TypeScript, enums are pre-processed and are not tested at compile time or runtime. Now, why enums? Enums are just one useful way to organize code in TypeScript. With enums, you can create constants that you can easily relate to, making constant more legible and memory efficient. Let's see that syntax. So we say enum days of week, and then opening and closing curly brackets. So this is how we define an enum. Now inside that you have to put in the values. So these are the days that we have in a week. So they become the member of this enum. Okay, let us save this file. So that this does not exist in JavaScript, right? So it will be interesting to see how compiler translate that. So let us open that file, and in here you see function, and this is the name of the enum, right? And these are the values, and you see 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, so this is some kind of immediately invoked function. All right, now you can create a variable of data type days of week. So you just say let today is of type, right? You say days of week. Okay, and now if you hover over this becomes, right, a variable which will hold any value available within this enum. Okay, now this is the explicit way of defining that this variable will hold values from this enum. Now I think we have already covered the type inference and type annotation at length. Okay, so I can use at times inference, other times this explicit typing, right? So I hope that makes sense. Okay, now you say today, and if you have to define any value, then you say days of week, and you say dot, and now you see the intelligence. All right, so that's great, right? So you just say in here, let's say Sunday. Okay, now let us log it to the console. Okay, and we say today. Now let us do it one more time. So you see we can also update it. So we can just say days of week, okay, dot Saturday. All right, and let's again log this to the console. All right, sounds simple. Let me save this. So this file is transcompiled. This is our website, and we see 0 for Sunday and 6 for Saturday. Okay, but why we see 0 and 6? Now that brings us to the types of TypeScript enums. There are three types of TypeScript enums, namely numeric enums, string enums, and heterogeneous enums. By default, TypeScript enums are number based. This means they can store string values as numbers. Numbers and any other data type that is compatible with them can be assigned to an instance of the enum, like it happened in the example of days of week. In TypeScript, just like in some other language, enum value starts from 0 and increase by 1 for each member. Alright, and therefore they will be stored like this. Okay, so we have 0 assigned to Sunday and 6 assigned to Saturday. All right, and this is increasing by 1. okay, in this list, as you could see in here. Now, in TypeScript, okay, let me comment this out, this whole thing. In TypeScript, okay, we are allowed to dictate the first numeric value of our enumerations. So in here, okay, I initialize the first numeric value to be equal to 3, let's say, okay. And if we run the same code again, now earlier Sunday was 0, right, and Saturday was 6. Now this would be 3, all right, and this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, all right. So Saturday would be 9 and Sunday would be 3, okay. So let me just save it, and in the console now you see 3 and 9, all right. Next type of enum, okay, is string enums. In TypeScript, your enum members can also be string values. String enums are vital and easy to deal with for the purpose of readability during error logging and debugging because of their meaningful string values. Okay, that's the advantage. Now, this is how we define a normal enum. All right. Now, if you want to give it a string value, so all you have to say is like this. Okay, same for green, to say green, okay, and for blue like this, okay. Then it's pretty much the same. You define a variable, all right, of type enum, okay. Now there is one interesting thing in here. Let us see that first. So I'm going to just comment this thing out, okay, and we come in here. So we create this variable, and now because this is of string type, so if you assign a value equal to 1, all right, you'll see there is some problem, right? Type 1 is not assignable to type colors, right? But let's try the same with numeric enums, okay. So I just say like this, and I say today is equal to, all right, so it starts with 3, right? So I say 4, okay, so this is allowed, all right. In case of numeric enums, you can assign the numeric value, and when you do so, it is basically pointing to Monday, all right. That's absolutely fine, because in the console also you saw that when we did it like this, it printed 3, all right, and 9 for this, so this is fine. But not in case of string, okay. So if you do it, you get an error, okay, like that. All right, so rest of the things remain the same. So you assign one value from here like this, and you just log it to the console. Pretty simple, right? Save it, and you see blue in here now, okay. Now this version of enum can be very handy when needing to compare strings in conditional statements, isn't it? All right, and the last one is heterogeneous enums, okay. So TypeScript also allows for a mix of both string and numbers, and hence called as heterogeneous enum values. And here's an example. So you have animals. So you say lion equal to 1 and tiger is equal to a string tiger, okay. And rest of the things would remain the same. So let me just comment this console and uncomment these two console statements. So it's very simple. You create a variable of type animals enum, and this is how you can assign the values. Okay. Now when you do animals.lion, remember this is numeric, so it is going to print 1. But in case of this tiger, this is of type string, so it is going to print tiger. So let me save this. Come in here, you see 1 and tiger. Okay. And guys, like I mentioned in the first part of this video series, that I'll be creating the respective branches for each of these videos. So we are currently at part 7 of this video series. So you'll find all the code in here. Okay, great. So before we conclude, when to use TypeScript enums? Number 1, enums should ideally be used in situations where there are distinct values that can be seen as constants, like 7 days of the week, right? 12 months in an year, and so on. Number 2, Enums can be used in places where strings or constants need to be represented in a variable. Number three, enums can be used inside array initializations just as other TypeScript data types. Number four, enums can be used as an object's property type just as other TypeScript data types. Alright, that's about enums. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.